Hello, we are starting the video like this apparently. Hi. I hope you're having a lovely day, night, wherever you are watching my YouTube channel. I am Luna Linz, also known as Lindsay. Anywhoosies, if you didn't see my prior videos, yeah, my hair was pink my hair was blonde, and then I soon after dyed it right back to pink. Okay, listen, I tried to do it in sections and I didn't wash it out properly because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But this video is about me at midnight, kind of reviving my creativity. Let's have a serious chat, okay? Let's have a serious chat. So I graduated from art school 2 years ago. Me reflecting on my life, I just legitimately had an existential crisis for a moment, so we love that. But no, yeah, graduated from art school 2 years ago, and I wouldn't say that I'm like exactly where I want to be, and I don't think at any point in life I'm gonna be like exactly where I want to be, because I feel like I'm always gonna be striving for more. But I will say I do want to be more involved with making and painting daily and really making my dreams a reality by seriously just putting forth effort and time into those dreams to make it a reality. So it's like, if I have inspiration at midnight to start painting, I'm gonna go do that. So I started making this video because currently my room's a little bit chaotic. Clutter a lot of the times can prevent you from doing the creative thing, and I've realized this is that like yesterday I cleaned my room very well, and then I really late in the evening I was like, okay, let me dye my hair, because I always end up dyeing my hair at like 11 at night. So my room is my studio, it is my dance studio, it is my painting studio, and it is my YouTube studio, okay? All in one is my bedroom, okay? So that being said, things kind of have to be put back in place for me to function as a human being and as a creative and as an artist properly. So last night, because I had already cleaned, I typically would sit on the floor in front of my mirror to dye my hair, but I was like, my desk was like fully cleaned off, and I was like, why wouldn't I just sit at my desk and do it? Like, I don't know why I've been making it so complicated on myself and like sitting on the floor and being uncomfortable. So I sat at my desk and dyed my hair, and it was this light and it worked out really well. That being said, my room is just, it's not like totally messy, but there is some clutter, so I do want to like clean it up a little bit again, get changed, get into something comfy, and then set up my painting supplies, because I feel like a lot of the times it's not hard to paint, especially because I went to school for 4 years for it, and throughout my entirety of my life I've loved doing art, so it's like very easy for me to do the thing. But what's difficult is to start the thing, and especially again, it's just like moving all the parts to get to that point of creation is what can be difficult. So we're gonna go do that. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Just do it, okay? And right now my outfit is really crazy. I don't want to talk about it again, like it's literally laundry day. Listen, who cares? I basically to work I was wearing like an oversized shirt with my yoga pants, which I never wear my yoga pants to work because I'm not allowed to. I work at Michael's, by the way, as a custom framer, which, okay, why is this hello, which is not ideal. Like, obviously long term that's not what I want to be doing, but it's what I'm doing right now for money, and that's fine. But anyways, so I have this cheetah skirt on because I was figuring out my outfit for Project Glow. So next week there's going to be a video of me at Project Glow, and the week after that there's going to be a video of me at a Youngblood show, and then the week after that it's going to be a video of me at Warped Tour. So I feel like I'm having my own little like DC, Maryland, like Coachella experience for myself, and it's like weekend 1, weekend 2, but there's a weekend 3, bitch, and it's all for me, and they're all like different, like totally different experiences. Like Youngblood and Warped Tour go hand in hand, but like Project Glow, it will be my first musical festival ever, and I'm really excited that it is an EDM music festival for my first experience, just because plur, you know, like everybody's like peace, love, unity, respect, me forgetting. But yes, so the painting that I want to be finishing tonight is this one. I don't know if I'll be finishing it tonight, but I would like to get it to a point where I'm like, okay, you know, get a move on with it, because these circles are going to be bubbles. And then there needs to be detail on the bag and detail on the boots better, and there's supposed to be like her little sidekick animal here. It's a little unicorn, so I need to add that in as well. So that's a really important element. But yeah, so that's a few little last things I gotta do with this painting. I love it, but it's not done yet, and I need to get it to a point where I'm like, okay, beautiful, let's move on to the next thing, you know what I mean? Because it's like I have other ideas for paintings, and sometimes it's just like things just kind of get left behind, and if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. So we're gonna do that. And doesn't she look just like me? Hold up. I will say, like, my hair used to be a darker pink that literally matched this exact pink. I just lightened it up for summer because my hair changes with the seasons. But yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, let's get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. Pop out with a chat. Get into it, yeah. I'm gonna get a copyright claim because apparently they're like cracking down even if you just sing a lyric, so that's crazy. But okay, let's zoom and do a little time lapse of me just cleaning up my room. Bye. Okay, so I have officially cleansed my little area. It did not take too long. My bed is made. The painting stuff is set up. The only thing is that I am not comfy. This outfit is cute. It's a random little moment, but listen, I want to be comfy while I create. So it's usually the best way to create is if you're comfortable. I'm gonna grab my laundry and then I will be back and we're gonna sit down and get started once I put that away and everything. So let's jump cut to that. See you on the flip side. Mwah. Hello on the flip side, if you will. It is almost 2 hours later, meaning it is 1:30 in the morning. And I'm tired. I'm very tired. So I don't know if painting is gonna happen tonight, but it'll definitely happen tomorrow. So I'll show some time lapses of that. Even if, you know what, I didn't get around to it, at least I like kind of, you know what, at least I started this video to give me incentive to work on it tomorrow. I did just finish a commission, so I guess I'm like back to regular scheduled programming of working on my own personal artwork and everything. But this was her. Yeah, no, I have not even touched it, but I literally had a giant pile of laundry to put away. I'm excited about this era though. I do want to talk a little bit about the painting itself really quickly. I was basically... Okay, I'm just whacking myself in the head with it. I was inspired by this doll I saw working at Michael's. Because of capitalism and just the fact that I work at a Michael's, there's a lot of the times when I'm like, oh, I want to buy this thing. And it's like, hey, no, you don't. Like, what would you even do with this weird possessed doll? Anyways, I don't know. I just wanted it. But I was like, you know what? Why don't I paint it? So I took a photo of it. And obviously it's not the same thing. I didn't paint the same thing at all. Started to just do a still life of, you know, the doll that I showed you earlier. It's a Rainbow High doll. I forget her name, but she's the one with the pink hair. And I gave her little possessed eyes, although it kind of just looks alien-like, which is pretty cool too, because a lot of my previous artworks do include aliens and space core, if you will. But yeah, so I think that's a cool connection. I also, if you've seen Dawn to Dawn, and if you're in like the spiritual woo-woo kind of realm at all, you've probably seen some kind of things about how aliens and spirits and ghosts kind of overlap at the same time. So I think the fact that the possessed doll also looks like an alien is a kind of a cool concept in and of itself as well. I love to do fantastical kind of paintings. I didn't always used to. I feel like I used to do a lot of like, in high school I do a lot of like realism, like what I would see from life, like nature, that kind of things. And then when I got into college, I also, you know what, in high school I did also start to love psychedelic artwork as well, and I did kind of get into that realm of like doing a lot of rainbow stuff, a lot of like hippy dippy shit as well, and I love that. And throughout college, I would say I did experiment with that, but I was also just experimenting all over the place, like whatever I wanted to do and also what I had to do because I was in school. So it was like a lot of figure painting and drawing, just exploring all the different realms of possibility in art school. And I would say like my senior thesis was more geared towards the psychedelic realm, if you will, and it was all UV artwork. So neons, all neons, like rainbow, whatever. But all of the artwork looks a lot better underneath UV for the most part. Most of the artwork did. Some of it wasn't specific to UV, but I still was like, obviously I'm going to show the artwork that I've done, even if it wasn't specifically neon or whatever, but it fits the theme of like my alien world that I had created. It was called Portals to the Soul, that exhibition. That's a whole tangent in and of itself, but I guess just to kind of show where I've gotten to this point, I think after college I started to do a lot more. I would say, I feel like these are just the different eras of my life, right? Maybe we should do like an eras of artists kind of tour. I think that would be a cool concept for a video. I think I definitely should do that, actually. That's a good idea. Anyways, I don't listen to Taylor Swift, but I think like the eras tour is a cool idea of like showcasing all your different eras. But anyways, so after college I started doing more fan art again because I started to reconnect with my 13-year-old like fangirl-esque behavior, I guess you can say. I started to really watch a lot of Jake, Johnny, and Tara on YouTube. It really sent me back into like the 2013 wave of like me being my little emo self, and then made me think more of like in the realm of like Y2K and art and girl, I don't fucking know, the bimbo core of it all, of me like having my pink hair, the bimbo butch look, if you will. I'm literally just saying words like at this point, like it's so late, like what am I saying? Yeah, so I did a lot of fan art just because that's just what I had time for. I was also like working for a paint party business and I didn't have much time, so I would work a lot on my iPad doing those. And then speaking of fan art, I did a Charlie and Billy painting as well. I love that painting. It's like a watercolor collage of all of my paintings. Honestly, after college, dyeing my hair pink, and even in college, there was a certain turning point where I was like, why am I using color palettes that I don't like? It took me a while to kind of figure out what color palette I liked. And I think what really helped was the junior year, I was told by a professor that CMYK color palette might be my vibe, and I didn't initially do it because I didn't really know how to, because it's like I've always been taught Roy G. Biv. Like, it's so interesting that there's a completely different color palette out there that doesn't include red. It includes pink as that base color instead of red. And so then I started doing UV art, and guess what, there's like no UV reds, it's pink, right? There is UV red, but it will get into that later. So doing UV art then, I feel like kind of helped me break away from the color palette that I thought I always had to kind of gear towards. It was just the basics. I feel like when you're learning the basics, it's Roy G. Biv. But I think as I got older, like I really never like loved red. I think red is a color that like I would use very specifically nowadays. After college, I think I stepped away from the UV because it was like too much. It was like lots of rainbow. It's lots of like a lot. It's intense. Like I love neon colors, but they look so much better under UV. So it's like if everything is colored neon, it's like not my favorite. Sometimes it's just not as flattering in regular day lighting. It just simply isn't. You know what I mean? Because like I was consumed by the neon UV and it was a lot. So obviously I took a break from that and was trying some different things. And my favorite combination, which I got to with this, was phthalo blue and neon pink. So the neons are there, right? I also used some neon blue as well. But phthalo blue is my favorite kind of blue because it can get to this really deep color, but if you mix it with white, it's such like a bright blue, and it's my favorite blue for painting as of recently. And I also, this is very much, if you couldn't tell, you know, blue, purple, pink, you know what that is, the bi flag. This painting in particular is like a version of me through this possessed little alien doll with all the bubbliness and all the sparkles and all the glitter, and I think it's like a fantastical version of me currently, you know? I think it's like a good representation. I don't really do self-portraits per se. I don't know why I don't do them very often, but I've used myself as like references and stuff in like little ways, but like nothing major. Anywhoosies, that's my ramble about this art piece, and I hope you enjoyed this cute little video of me rambling. I really am excited to share like where I go from here and having more fun with the color palette that feels the most to me. I love all of the art that I've created, but I do really think that like I have honed into like so many different color palettes, and it's not just this. There's also color palettes that I've used when it comes to making like more realism that are more neutral tones as well. That just doesn't, it's not per se the things that I have been pursuing as of late, but that it still feels like a part of me, you know what I mean? It's all like a kaleidoscope of who I am and everything. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making this video. I think like reconnecting with my creativity, I think, which is so funny that I say that because I feel like I'm always connected to it, but I will say that like you have to be intentional with your time to think and journal and create things and reflect to really get to a point where you remember your perspective and why you do what you do as an artist or as a human. If you're not an artist watching this and you're just watching it for the love of the game because you enjoy rambly YouTube videos and creative YouTube videos, then hi, hello. I hope this inspired you in some sort of way. I might add a little outro of, you know, the final product, but thank you so much for watching and hope you have a great evening, night, whenever, wherever you're watching this video. All of the love. I appreciate it. Mwah, bye. Stay swaggy. Live your best life. Mwah.